Hello, Gold viewers from around the world. I'm Kristen Schwartz, licensed midwife and one of the MCs here at Gold. And today I am with Sonya Boersma here. Welcome, Sonya. It's good to have you back.
Thank you. It's good to be here.
Sonya, you are presenting in our brand new ethics package here, very important package. And I love your presentation that you have for us this year. The title is Increasing Food Security, the Crucial Role of Breastfeeding. Oh, there's so much to unpack. But before we go in there, first of all, let us know a little bit about yourself. Where are you in the world?
I'm in Ottawa in Canada, which does come out a bit in my presentation. And yeah, I'm just happy to see the spring starting and
Nice.
yeah, it's
Very
beautiful.
nice. And tell us also a little bit about your background in lactation and, yeah, give us a little bit, just a brief overview of your professional journey.
So I am an RN. I have been for a long time. I've been an IBCLC also for since 2003, so a long time now. I did my Master's of Science in Nursing with a focus on breastfeeding.
Mhm.
And I have sort of worked in so many different places with so many different hats. Up north here, teaching a bit of nursing, worked in public health, have filled in community health centers. I'm independent in an independent practice right now, and
Mhm.
I've had a provincial role as a to try to implement baby-friendly initiative in this province. And that was pretty exciting because over 5 years we saw a difference in our provincial rates of breastfeeding when we're one of the biggest populated provinces in this country. So that was a really amazing job too.
That must have been. I can only imagine seeing, you're reaping the benefits you see there, all the hard work, how it pays off, especially for those babies and those families, right? I mean, the impact that has made there for these families and is still making today on the Baby Friendly Initiative. That's so wonderful. Thank you for sharing that with us here. Now let's talk a little bit about the topic here, increasing food security, the crucial role of breastfeeding. And one of the things I have been recently thinking about, and I know you and I have talked about this in the past, and as well, speaking when we think of food insecurity or food security, often breastfeeding, or when we hear it in the media, or when we see it, being talked about or presented, breastfeeding doesn't often play a role in that at all, right? And I feel this kind of, and you must be sometimes seeing that must be very frustrating for you because this is the first food of the baby, right? This is available. This is where we need support, and yet it is such a almost neglected side topic when often this topic is presented in the media or otherwise. Or am I just seeing this? Have you experienced this as well?
Oh, for sure. And in preparation for this talk, I started looking at all these different organizations that are specialized in food security and going, okay, where's the information about breastfeeding? So
Mm-hmm.
when I talk about breastfeeding in the context of food security, I'm not suggesting that breastfeeding is going to fix all food insecurity,
Right.
but it is an important piece of the puzzle. And it's
Right.
just would be so nice that it was a bigger part of the conversation because it does make so much difference.
Yes, absolutely, absolutely. When talking about food security, or this is not something. It is a subject that really, really is prevalent in all around the world, right? And I know you had a little sneak peek of your presentation earlier today. I was kind of shocked about the high numbers of people who are affected all around the globe. When you looked into this, was that something that shocked you as well? I know you will be talking about this in your presentation, but I was just like, this number was just like, I was really, really, it really kind of floored me there.
I have been shocked at every turn, like, how much food insecurity there is in my own country and how much there is worldwide, like 3 billion people
Wow.
worldwide. So the problem is, these aren't 3 billion people who are trying to, who can't eat expensive food. These are 3
Right.
billion people who are not getting healthy choices, even if they're getting enough calories, but a lot of them are not getting enough calories either. That
Mhm.
is huge. And
It's
yes,
yeah.
I was totally shocked.
Now, I have to address that elephant in the room, the artificial milk, right? Often this is something when we think of disasters, natural disasters, or this is something that comes up immediately. Artificial milk is being flown in and distributed, and that must be something that is really, really, oh my goodness, I can only imagine how that makes you feel when you see that. And talk a little bit about that aspect, please.
We are seeing so many more emergencies internationally, right? Through
Mm,
droughts and floods and typhoons. And our house even got hit by a tornado a few years ago. Like
yeah.
there's just so many more climate disasters. And the when there's a big disaster and it makes big news, that the what happens is, yes, formula companies tend to want to just dump a whole lot of formula. And really well-intentioned moms also want to donate formula.
Hmm.
And that is not what's recommended. It can create lots of problems. In fact, people who are breastfeeding can stop breastfeeding, and then the supply of formula ends in a week or, a month or two. And then these babies are starving. We saw that really in a
Right.
big way in the Philippines some years ago.
Hmm.
And so, yeah, then in terms of helping during an emergency, we want to support organizations through dollars so that people on the ground can buy what's needed for them
Hmm. Hmm.
instead of just assuming that we're going to need, that a whole lot of formula is going to be needed. Not only that, but a lot of places don't have adequate cleaning supplies. So
Right. Or
we want to just
water.
be, or water,
Yeah.
or a place to clean, like
Yes.
a clean sink. And so, yes, then there's a lot more involved with being prepared. And so I do get into looking at a very great international document called the Infant and Young Child Feeding in Emergencies document.
Hmm.
And ideally, what we're doing in our emergency preparedness stage is looking at that and being ready for it. So we also don't accept the big donations of formula, and we've already got a system in place where we can support um, moms with littles, so
Hmm.
that they can get the appropriate support.
Absolutely. Um, Now, somebody who's listening to this might be thinking, well, this is all, this is, what can I do? I want to do something. And what can people like us do, Sonia? Is there something like communities? Can we organize what is out there? Can you guide us a little in that aspect as well?
There is so much we can do. And I really encourage everyone to do something, even if it's little, but you can do big too. When, you know, talk to your member of parliament or your government decision maker and say, hey, this is a big issue, or give them an example. Or there's often things in the media about, I don't know, everything from formula recalls to,
Hmm.
a disaster to just the whole food security that's in the newspaper, in the media, online, online news apps daily.
Hmm.
And this is a super relevant issue. So connecting with decision makers, be it at government, be it at healthcare organizations, be it at food banks, food security organizations, getting it on the radar. I mean, even the local community garden, wouldn't it be nice if they had a little place to sit for babies to breastfeed?
Yes.
You
Hmm.
know,
Yeah.
there is so much we can do to support this and make it more normal, make it more natural, make it um, a bigger part of just who we are as a society so we can get back to being a breastfeeding society. We're still really reversing a trend from
Hmm.
in many countries
Hmm.
from like the late 1960s or the early
Right.
1960s.
Yeah. Now, one aspect, and I know you're going to be talking about this as well in your presentation more at depth, but something that I find very important is, there are many people who want to say they want to breastfeed, but they are worried because, and you mentioned it earlier, if they're skimping meals, if they are, if they don't have access to healthy food sources, they think, oh, my body is not able to make good milk for my baby. I possibly, can't, whatever I'm producing can't be good enough for my baby. And I know you will be talking about this in your presentation, but You encounter that as well, and what can we do in that case?
The really big issue with people who are food insecure and not breastfeeding is income. They need a living wage.
Yeah.
So then, yes, then they do turn around and they say, hey, I'm eating this food that's really not that great for me. So therefore, my breast milk can't be that great. Well, we don't really know that. We don't really have clear facts on that. We can start talking about risks and benefits. Um, Ideally, we can support these families with a short term with food, depending what organization we're with. You know, if we are
Yeah.
not part of an organization, we can lobby for better, but also that people really are truly making an informed decision about, which is another pet topic of mine, but that people really do understand what the difference is between one type of feeding and the other, that they're not really just super close, that there's actually quite a big difference. So I mean, we can absolutely work with them in a non-judgmental way to try to support breastfeeding as much as at least they are feeling comfortable with.
Well, Sonya Boersma, thank you so much to be here at Gold with me talking about this very important topic. And thank you for your presentation titled Increasing Food Security, the Crucial Role of Breastfeeding, which is part of our brand new ethics lecture pack. Thank you so much.
And thank you.
And for our viewers, if you'd like to find out more information about this presentation and the other presentations in the lecture pack will be available in May 2024. We'll invite you to go to goldlearning.com for more information. Thank you, everyone. Have a lovely rest of your day. Bye-bye.